Hello, my name is Michael Birdie, and this is my presentation on robot ethics. Ethics as it relates to robots is a very complex subject. The ethics and the ethicality of robots can differ greatly depending on the scenario and the people who are analyzing a robot's ethicality. Um, Robots technology in general has been very beneficial to humanity. It's allowed for a variety of different tasks to be drastically improved and in efficiency, which has in turn really helped humans greatly. Robot technology has also been used for things that some people may consider not to be ethical, such as warfare, where some people may see it as ethical, like in defense, while others may see it as unethical in nature because it's being used for war. There are also adverse effects that could come with the benefits of robot technology use that many people would not consider to be ethical. We can go back to the war situation where some people see it as defense and others see it as just unethical in nature to use robots in war. We could take on like a different perspective on robots here by looking at the like how like researchers look at it. Isaac Asimov, who famously made the three laws of robotics, um, he gave which gave really a good guide on like how to make ethical robots and really gave a framework on how to create ethical robots in general. It's a set of three rules that each kind of really good guidance of how to make ethical robots. It's a very interesting subject. Um, Farming is a really good subtopic that's becoming roboticized. The farming industry is really increasingly becoming more robotic, and people are starting to use more robotics in their farming practices. Um, you can see here that Shaik, here's a quote by Shaik, who talks about the benefits of robots, and he talks and says that like how new farming equipment is outfitted with sensors. It uses machine learning, um, such as AI, to like identify weeds and like calculate how much herbicides need to be sprayed, which is very like beneficial to humans. Um, yeah, this increase in robotic use has like overall been really ethically good for humans for like allowing better crop quality and the efficiency in the farming practices. And it really doesn't negatively affect the environment too terribly much, but there is still some slight kind of effects there from the robotic use there. There are some arguments against the ethicality of the robots in the farming industry, such as like they take away jobs from farm workers, and they could potentially malfunction and cause chemical imbalances in the soil, which could damage crops and almost ruin crops if that does happen, which is kind of a significant problem that could occur. Another subtopic that's going robotic is car driving. We're seeing that cars are becoming more robotic in the form of assisted driving and self-driving cars. Like looking at companies like Tesla and Ford are making self-driving cars now. Um, here's another quote by Law. He talks about how self-driving cars could be like really good in the future. It could like decrease car accidents by a great percentage, which could potentially save thousands of lives in the future, which really shows the ethical benefits of robotics in this situation. Uh, Law here, he gives another great quote about like another ethical question about car automation and robotics. And he states, is it ethical to produce self-driving cars whose choices will affect the livelihood of the driver and surroundings? Which is a very interesting ethical question. It's really important here. Um, like whether a robot should have control over all of this that the human should normally have control over, and like should they even have a choice here, really? Um, Self-driving trucks are also becoming a serious idea by companies like Tesla again, and they could allow for self-driving trucks to be made to make deliveries without the need of a physical truck driver to be present in the vehicle, which could be very beneficial for the companies, but we see again like job automation could maybe like automate the truck drivers out of a job, which is kind of bad for them and like job security in the future. And you'll see that as a common theme, like in the robotics, kind of as one of the primary like major issues of robotics. Um, Here's another subtopic of robotics that's going robotic or going more robotic because it's been going robotic for pretty much a century now. Um, is manufacturing, which has greatly increased like the production and quality of goods over time. It's really efficient when you use robotics in this industry. Um, with the advancements in robotic technology and the implementation of AI, they could even become more and more complicated and complex and like take over more human jobs, which you see again could be like a major problem with job automation and job security here and job employment and robots taking over humans' jobs. And here we talk about the major issues in robotic ethics. Here's pretty much two major issues I found in my research. Here we got the first one. It talks about how robots could potentially take over jobs in the future. And pretty much there are some organizations researching this and working towards finding some not really can't really find a complete solution to this problem as robots are just going to continue to go on the rise. But there is some hope that maybe humans could work alongside these robots in the future and that more jobs will stem from this potential um to manage the robots and these jobs. Humans are going to have to manage these robots in the future to make sure they're doing their jobs correctly, which is a plus from this. Another common issue here is that with the benefits of robots, there's a lot of downsides that can occur that some people may find to be unethical for having. We can go back to the example of farming, where it can have the good effect of the increased farming and production and stuff, but like it causes damage to the environment, which could be like very bad. And some people may think it's like unethical, or we can go to like the war example here too. It kind of plays into that, where these benefits could of robotics can also have these downsides too, which could be unethical. Uh, Here's sort of my personal thoughts here. I personally think that robot ethics is an important topic in today's technological world. Um, and also addressing major issues with the ethicality of robots could possibly help to create better ethical robots in the future that could better society. I'm really hopeful that this robot technology continues to advance and maintains its ethicality throughout it and gets better, makes better ethical robots so future humans are better for it. While the use of robots has some risk, the benefits of technology can greatly help society now and in the future, which could be great. And I hope robotic technology continues to get better and better. Here's sort of my conclusions here. The use of robots is ethically a complex subject with good arguments for and against the use of robotic technology in different scenarios and industries. Robot use that is highly beneficial to some people and industries may have negative effects to others and could also have positive effects that are not seen in this one industry but are seen in another one, and could harm and negative effects that could harm safety, the environment, and people. Um, Robots are necessary and important part of the future of society and the world of IT, and should be managed and examined to make sure that they're used as ethically as possible. I think that's very important. As an IT professional, the future of robots and robot ethics are important for me to learn in the order for me to do my job correctly in the future and make correct judgments about how to use robotic technology. Robots are going to continue to advance and advance. It's important for me to keep continuing to learn about this stuff too. Uh, IT professionals work with technology and robots daily in order to do their jobs, and understanding how they work and the ethics behind them will help me do my job better and use this technology to its fullest potential in the future. That's very important. And here are my references. Thank you for watching.